Welcome to Neuworldz Inspirations and Aspirations, the amazing podcast interview where we talk to various industry stalwarts who tell us about the amazing impact they are making not just on their industry but also on humanity and the larger community as a whole. Today, we have with us Claudio Bono, who is the Vice President of the City of Cupertino's Chamber of Commerce. And he has also been very deeply involved with the community by serving the City of Cupertino's Historical Society as Vice President and also previously as President. He has also in fact, he is the Vice Chair of the city's Parks and Recreations Commission, and he has worked deeply with the community for the last many years, in fact, several decades, deeply involved with community work and a passion to make it better. Claudio is also an author, and his book, The Homelessness Fix, is just not a book, it is a mission and a vision that he has to eradicate homelessness from America and from the world. So, welcome, Claudio. Thank you so much for joining us today. We are very glad to have you. And I know you were really busy and traveling all across the world. Tell us more about where you are joining us from today.
Well, thank you for having me today. First and foremost, it's an honor to be with you. And I'm currently right now in Mumbai. I wrote my book. It started in Chicago, then China, and then Japan and Korea. And so everywhere I used to go, because as you know, I represent my city as far as tourism and hotels. And so this is my life, hotels, airports, airlines. This is what I do. I move left and right, and I go where the US government goes to represent our cities in the United States and try to bring as many tourism in Silicon Valley.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. And yes, you have a very rich, background in hotels, hospitality. And at the same time, you have been very deeply involved with the community. So tell us something about that. You have been with the Silicon Valley for like 12 years now. So tell us more about your journey and your passion in serving the community.
Sure, a pleasure. Well, to be honest with you, it's been 36 years that I am in hotels. This is what I do. I'm currently managing two deluxe boutique hotel in Silicon Valley, but it's been a long road. It's been 36 years. I don't want to give up my age, but
You do not look a day older than 40, by the way. So
oh, I'm a healthy 54-year-old man. But and to be honest with you, I will just focus on this last indeed 12 years where I landed in Silicon Valley. And to be honest with you, after 30 plus years, I genuinely believe that every hotel general manager should be involved with their community. The community uses platforms like hotels to, for instance, meet students coming from all around the world to come for some type of linkage with other families in every city. I've always been helping students, and so I help them gather together. They do have tons of programming that brings students from all over the world to one of our amazing schools that we do have in Cupertino, the Enza
mhm.
College, well known Stanford University in Mountain View. It's not far at all. So we always been interconnected. And I think helping your community and providing sometimes meeting space, places where people can meet and seal the deal on so many other things that they're doing. And I've been doing this for schools, for students, and I always been trying to do my best. And when I got involved with the Cupertino Chamber of Commerce, it was linking all companies together, but it's also give back to the community. For instance, during COVID, we were providing thousands of meals to families that couldn't afford it or was in need and trying to be helpful in Thanksgiving dinners and you name it. There's so many programs and all. And also am a Rotarian. And for years now, I have been helping in homeless shelters and truly have been involved in nonprofit work for over a decade. And
Mhm.
sometimes small thing by just giving your time is the best thing that you can do. You don't have to have a mission per se, but just giving a smile to those that needs it sometimes is worth it all.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I can totally relate to your passion with homelessness and serving the community also through Rotary because my father was a Rotarian for more than 40 years. So I
Okay.
grew up in that kind of a mindful environment. And of course, Rotary's, their contribution to health, hunger, humanity across the world is indeed very impactful. Um, but not just through the city of Cupertino and all the different community service that you're doing, you're also heading a Give a Roof, the foundation, which is actually making such a big difference. So tell us more about that.
Well, giverroof.org was founded over 2 years ago after the fact that I did help Michael, a unhoused individual that was on the street. I couldn't sit and do nothing. And it was a little bit progressive because I tried to help him out. I was walking my dog and I saw him on the mattress in Cupertino. We're talking um, probably 1,000 feet away from Apple headquarters, known as the biggest company, the first $1 trillion in the world. So
Mhm.
you understand that obviously homelessness is Brussels, is Paris, is London, is New Zealand, is Australia, is United States. It's all over. It's a global crisis, but since COVID, it did exploded incredibly. So at times we do have there is a stigma attached to it. There are fear. People are wondering why are they dangerous? Is something is wrong? I genuinely was walking my dog and decided to, I'm going to ask questions because, again, I've helped people and I've been serving meals in homeless shelters. So it's not that I was either fearful or shy. So, but I'm shy by nature, but still, I decided to say, hey, can I speak to you to find out his issues and to find out that obviously that was someone that had moved from Florida with his mom, who got remarried in California. Sadly enough, his mother passed away in a car accident. And so, unfortunately, the person she married did not want to do anything with his son anymore because one, he was gay. Two, I think it's a shock of the fact that the wife that he married died. And again, circumstances of life that you can't control. And I'm not going to go into details to his life, but at the end of the day, I couldn't sit there and see him every day without a phone on a mattress, helpless. And so it got me thinking. And sometimes when someone wants to think about what can I do, all I could ask is, why don't you just go to the YMCA? And I pointed it out where it was. And I realized that, wow, this guy has been here for a while and doesn't even know where the YMCA is because we don't generate maps. They don't have phones. They don't know where, what, how, and where to go. And so I pointed him out on where to go. It allowed me to go back home with my dog that I was walking and start thinking. Obviously, as you know, I work in hotels for years. So the first thing that I thought was, hey, I need to put him maybe somewhere. But I am a traveler and I use loyalty points everywhere I go and I do collect them. So I said to myself, maybe I can do something. So I went home, picked up bags and clothes and shoes that could fit him. And I went online. I went to a major brand and see if I could use some of my points. And boom, there was a promotion. I could book a 10-room night on the go easily. And I did that. I didn't think twice. As a hotel general manager, yes, I may say, okay, liability, is he going to be okay? It's providing trust on someone that I just spoke for a while, but I assessed in a way to make sure that one, he didn't have any psychological issue or substance issue. So with that out of the way, it became more human. What can one do to another one and help out? Additionally, I said to myself, I'm not using cash. Yet I'm able to provide safety net for a person that I don't know before 10 nights. We'll see what happens. So once I met with him, I gave the clothes, and you can see the transformation right there because at the end of the day, someone finally had a place where he can shower. And sometimes people don't ask more than that. Soap and shower, people are happy with just that. And we take everything for granted. So brought him to the hotel with a brand new attitude that he was changed and he was honestly with a smile because someone is actually helping him, and he felt like he
One
wanted.
cares.
Yeah. And I put him as a sharer, means that my name appear on the reservation, but he was as a sharer. Let's say if he forgets his key, and or his key that gets deactivated, all he can say, hey, my name is, I'm in room, blah, blah, blah. I need a new key. And we kept in touch. Obviously, I showed him the room. I said, okay, you have breakfast included, you have Wi-Fi, you also have a computer in the lobby that allows you to browse the internet and do searches for job or anything else. And so honestly, we kept in touch every day. After the eighth night, we met again because we met multiple times. I did deliver some food for him in the evening, although he had breakfast. So I want to make sure he had everything he needed. And he informed me that he was able to reconnect with his distant family, and they had sent him a flight ticket that he was able to print in the lobby with those computers that they are providing it. And I brought him to the airport. The guy was happy because he was able to reconnect with a distant family, and here he is on his way to a new future. And it still at that time, Give a Roof did not come up only few days later, because few days later, like um, exactly 16 days to the fact, I received an email telling me that I had an elite qualification for the 10 nights I had used. And that is the moment that it clicked on me. I said, wow, here's a hotel that just had little occupancy, was paying the TOT taxes, the transient occupancy taxes to the city. Um, there's a guy that no longer is homeless. I get elite qualification. It seems like it's a win-win for all. That's where it sparked. And I said, we're on to something, because it didn't cost me anything. It was just pure and human emotion and
Mm.
trust. And now today, Michael works in Florida, happy camper, has a brand new life. And I did ask him many times, and I'll tell you right away because I know what your next question is does he want to come forward and say, look what this has done to me? And the answer is no. Um, you have to understand that being homeless provides a lot of emotional trauma. It is a part of his life that he wants to forget because it wasn't the best, and when you're trying to rebuild your life, unfortunately, we're still in a place where not a lot of people wants to say, this is where I was, this is where I am now. So it's an emotional roller coaster. All I can tell you is that thinking out of the box and trust a human being, assessing them first when we had the conversation to see, okay, like I told you, that he has any substance issue, or is it what's going on and why? And you just realize that we as a society overall, I think that we all fear to be homeless. And sometimes we turn our heads around because it's like, oh my God, this is not what I want to become. And so we cast them away from society, and all of a sudden they're having issue with substance abuse and all, because it's unfortunately something that is showed in the media very much, so that that's what we think it is, that people all of a sudden decided to abandon all type of responsibility and just enjoy drugs and enjoying their life in on the streets, which is very far from the truth. And I've helped many people on the streets. And guess what? It couldn't have just not been just luck for me. They all did not have substance issue and or mental issue. I'm currently helping a 66-year-old lady, Deb, in the streets of Cupertino, and they're all saying Cupertino is a safe city. And her purse was stolen, no ID, and she lost her social security benefits. I'm helping her getting all her IDs and all of that through giverroof.org to make sure she has back pay. And I'm
Mhm.
telling you, they're the first one to tell you, I did drugs in the 70s, but I stay away from this. I don't go to shelters because I'm afraid to be assaulted. And I'm trying to stay away from other in the house because I'm going to have my stuff stolen. So they tell you stories, compelling one that truly breaks your heart, and you see that there is so much that needs to be done. And that's where giverroof.org came in, and I started to um, genuinely look at and researching and find amazing data. And
Mm-hmm.
here we are today. The book is out, as you know, on Amazon, and it's sparking it was ready to make a difference because we are sitting all of us together with the opportunity to fix an issue, and it does not require taxes. It does
Yeah.
require love in your heart and for another human being, and to give them the benefit of the doubt. And yes, there are some that do have substance abuse issue, and but put yourself in their position. If you were homeless, wouldn't you want to forget the fact that people don't want to talk to you, don't see you? And if you're staying a prolonged time on the streets, you're really cast aside from other people. And so maybe drugs is a way to cope with what's happening
Absolutely.
in your life
Mm-hmm.
up until probably, and I can only identify as myself, and if it would happen to me, what would be my reaction? Maybe I would say yes to drugs to forget where I'm at and to forget that I'm a failure, this and that. But when someone gives you a hand and allows you to make a difference, I think this is the most important part that we need to talk about is how to change the laws, how to tweak a little bit how grants are provided to nonprofit. As a vice chair for Cupertino, and that sits multiple times in presentation for nonprofits that require some funding, and here you are, and you start to assess. Guess
Mm-hmm.
what? In United States, foster care is until 21 years old, right? At the Congress, they tried to pass a bill to protect foster kids from 21 to 26 years old. It got the bill didn't pass because they didn't have enough funding. But when you realize that my city times all the hundreds of other cities combined provides over 500 plus $billion a year of grants and funding to all these causes and nonprofits that works in silos, they're not sharing their profit. You realize that yes, if every mayor, if every city council member knew that each and every their city could help funding foster kids, for instance, then they would put aside a little bit and make it the federal level, and then boom, it would be solved. I think it's a lack of understanding or
Awareness.
knowledge.
Mm.
Yeah, and it's not easy, but you do giverroot.org and the homelessness fix, how to save the world while everyone else argues about it, is not to pinpoint the deficiencies. It's rather the opposite. It's a blueprint and a roadmap that says, hey, give me 5 minutes of your time. We are into something, we are able to change things around because Americans, we live in a culture with travels, loyalty, and rewards, credit cards, you name it, all
Yeah.
combined. Over $150 billion disappear every year because those points are expiring. I only banked on 5%.
Mm-hmm.
5% equal over $25 billion that we would get every year so that it could fund so many things, such as welcome centers. Welcome centers for Give a Roof is a place where all nonprofits work together.
Mm-hmm.
Life coaches, substance abuse specialists, uh, um, and life coaches, specialists for addiction and all of that together. But it's like an airline lounge, and that's how I mirrored it for anyone to understand. And when you check in to a lounge, you have the front desk where they gather your database, and they can that's where they can put all your name, age, all of that, and get a little bit of your information. Then you are have the ability to take showers, and that's where also maybe all the nonprofit could come together. Some of them are providing shoes, other providing jeans, other providing all types of clothes, glasses. So you see a unification of nonprofit that could share their resources together under one roof, and then each and every single individual could be assessed. Those that have substance abuse issue would be redirected to substance issue specialists that could help them out. Others that have mental issue could have the same assistance. But
Mm-hmm.
also you have a case of those that don't have neither or. It's just a matter of bad luck. So what could we do if they are willing to reintegrate the society? Then give them an opportunity to go back into a hotel and have temporary housing immediately, which would be funded by giverroof.org or those said donation. And they would have a 3 month maximum stay in a hotel where, funny enough, it boosts the economy locally for the hotel occupancy. They can keep their staff and they pay the city their TOT taxes so the money floats around. This is what can be done. And you realize that the fix is doable. It's just a matter that needs to be reimagined. And my idea is I know will make a difference. And I am trying to reach out to all elected officials with that news. Hey, do you know that this can be done?
Yeah.
I I feel I'm in late 1800s where I tell everybody, hey, I know we're using carriages and horses, but why don't we create cars? And people will say, but why create cars if we have horses? So I feel I'm ahead of my time, but bringing loyalty points, airline miles, and credit card points for to solve a global issue, it would be not only bringing so much revenue and opportunities, but like I said, the unification of nonprofit is also something that is missing to the equation.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Allow to do the work together for the making sure that everybody goes back to where they need to be and provide the assistance they need as well. So I truly believe that. I think it's something that we ought to do and try because Americans are eager to help. And
Mm-hmm.
based on the last election, Americans made it clear they do want homelessness to be fixed. I just linked my world of hotels with airlines and the credit cards and put it together. And based on my experience, and see that I did it for one person. I'm helping an additional person. I've done it for another person as well.
So
It
that
can
is repeatable. It can be done by others
be.
too. Yeah.
And I have to remove the stigma and the fear. So you remove those out of the way and you realize that these are genuine, good-hearted individuals that only wants to be seen and helped. When you realize caseworkers are, there's always a cycle, right? And sometimes they're being helped and it stops to a point, and that's why they keep coming back into the system. They're not followed through all the way until the end. And I really would like to see caseworkers, case managers follow through 100% and follow each and every single one of them. And again, data gives you everything because right now, there is no such thing as a federal database where we can enter and give ID cards to everyone. We can see the use and abuse as well. Because even right now, you could be in Cupertino for what I care. And then you could, let's say, if there was a shelter there, which we don't have, we use the one in Sunnyvale in another city, but you can see some individual traveling left and right. And so some of them may be using the system like there is no tomorrow. And at the end, some that have the ability to transport themselves to one shelter are moving to the next one and take bags left and right. And you finally realize that actually those who are taking advantage are actually not even homeless. But there is no database to substantiate it. There's nothing concrete. And I have all the solution, I have the roadmap, and I would like to help in any way I can our city, our state, and help Governor Newsom or additional governors and all the way to the White House if need be to change the model so that we can
Mm-hmm.
truly help and end this crisis. And on my book, I guarantee you I can do this in 3 years. It can be done.
Mm-hmm.
So that we also show a platform to the rest of the world on how to
Yeah.
do it.
Yeah, this is very inspiring, Claudio, because what you're talking about is just not a momentary touch of humanity. You're actually showing them a way. You're actually bringing the whole pieces together, where there is a central database, kind of a unified approach where all these nonprofits, all these organizations that are serving the community can come together, so they have visibility of what is exactly happening. Because while there is, on one side, you are providing a solution to certain people who are facing the homelessness problem. But then there is also the chance of misuse that is happening, which you see. And that is why this unification of data and visibility is going to solve that. Because what your organization is doing is not just providing them a roof, but they are also providing, an opportunity to, the rehabilitative opportunity where maybe there could be organizations providing voluntary help for vocational services, so these people can find a way of employing themselves, getting themselves employed, have a way of life. So there is this chain of activities that comes with which, what you are saying, if I'm getting this right, is visibility, like, where people do not just move from one place to another misusing the system, but you have full clarity that this person is not misusing but is actually uh, taking the best advantage and moving his life to the best level. So that is really amazing. But is it what you're doing only in the US, or you have plans to expand globally to bring this all as one world kind of a concept where organizations across the globe can come under, like, give a roof and be part of this global movement of uh,
It is
helping
the goal.
eradicate.
It is the goal to bring back, to end one of the biggest tragedy, which is man-made. I have to say, you understand that you're trying to give dignity back at the same time, and
Mhm.
love. These are brothers and sisters, and you would see the type of conversation that I have, and it breaks your heart. You have literally veterans on the streets
Yeah.
that don't fit the narrative. Yeah, they helped us and they've put their life on the line for us to live better in this country, in America. You do have amazing ladies I spoke with, and sometimes when you listen to it, you said, I even asked them, I said, do you still have faith in humanity? Some will tell you no, but I mean, some of them, I give them my book. I said, "Oh my God, Claudio, I love to read. I will read this." And I said, "Great," because it's a lonely life as well. They want to be approached, they want to talk, and it's all about dignity and to help those in need. And I think when I look, I can only do uh, I can only see homeless shelters and also animal shelters. And I realize that animal shelters are better provided and more fun to be rather than homeless shelter. It's very sad and not well used. And I spoke to so many mayors that have homeless shelters, and yeah, sometimes they can be shackled by the state. And so we want to remove the red tapes, facilitate. We want to say, hey, let us help. There's a way. And really that's where we are. And we're hopeful that press releases coming out, the book coming out, my attempt to contact our governor and other governor of the states, as well as other congressmen all the way to the White House, that there's going to be some interest in realizing that there's a way to tackle this issue. And will it show to the rest of the world how we can do it? If we adopt it, the answer is yes. There's
Mhm.
ways to do it very intelligently, I would say, because it is fixable.
Yes, absolutely. So tell us briefly a little about your book and where can readers get your book.
Well, giverroof.org and the homelessness fix, how to save the world while everyone else argues about it, is available on Amazon. You can search it, the homelessness fix, or Claudio Bono on Amazon. And very soon it will be on different platforms such as Barnes and Nobles, Apple Books, etc. It's a process, but it's going there. But we're making a difference, and hopefully readers will see. We even put QR codes in there, so you have a reference. It's not just talk, it's research with data
Mhm.
that's there so that people can see it and it's being redirected to those important links that they need to follow. So, yeah.
That is very exciting. So, Claudio, you have absolutely inspired a whole bunch of people around you. What is your message of inspiration to others who is listening to you, who will be watching you, and who are willing to associate with you or work with you? What do you like to tell to them, and how can people get in touch with you?
Well, first and foremost, my inspiration is that it shows for many. For many, it sounds like homelessness seems to be an unbeatable giant, and I call it little fixes that we need to apply and do. And it starts with all of us. A lot of us have little points here and there. Like a friend of mine, Donna says, I have points with BJ's and Safeway restaurant, Safeway pharmacy, and all of that. So we have grocery store, pharmacy. You get points everywhere. Why don't we funnel all of that? Because, like I told you earlier, Americans are willing to donate and to give, knowing that these go straight to a cause that makes a difference immediately by boosting the economy and even providing jobs for those seeking and
Mhm.
allowing all of that to come together. I think it's possible, it's doable. I strongly believe in that. And all you have to do is to look at your airline's miles and your mileage and go to giveroof.org. You do have the ability to transfer those into cash and, or donate directly to giveroof.org. We're a proud 501c3, which is obviously all your donations are 100% deductible. And we're not stopping there. And again, it's not that easy to get that status from the IRS. And my aim here is to truly help and to truly end homelessness in 3 years. It takes all of us to get there. The idea, the solution is here. Now let's implement it.
All right. So if anyone would like to be associated with Given.org, all they can do is go to Giver.org, giveroof.org, and link their points, whatever their points they have accumulated through travels or maybe, retail shops and something, and that can help. That is as simple as that they can associate with giveroof.org.
Right now, the giveroof.org accept donations in cash. We're still working on the platform to, because as you know, there's United, American, Delta, you name it, just for that. Then you have Marriott, Hilton, all the other ones. It's a process, but they can give donations, and there are platforms where they can already right now convert their hotel point and or convert their airline miles into cash and then donate as well. We're streamlining the process. As you can understand, it's me, myself, and I with additional wonderful few individuals willing to help. But we're going to grow, and it's going to grow so fast. But right now is to share the knowledge that this is actually doable, and we're not stopping. We're moving ahead.
Absolutely. Especially with a vision and a mission which is so deep rooted into the soul's feeling to serve humanity. I'm pretty sure you're going to find all the success and you're going to scale amazingly in 3 years to really eradicate homelessness. That has been, what is the main dream that you had behind all of this. So, Claudio, thank you so much for your time. I'm very inspired by the vision that you have. And for the audience, we would love to say this that if you're not yet aware, Claudio Bono has also been recognized as the Neuworldz global trailblazer for his contribution to the humanity at large and all that he is doing, especially serving not just within his city but also with the vision to impact and eradicate homelessness. So, for all those who are in Manhattan, please look out because very soon you will be seeing Claudio's flash up at Times Square. That is going to be part of the recognitions for the Neuworldz Global Trailblazers. And you can see him all over the news. You can read his book. Please buy his book, read his book, and I'm sure you can associate with him through giveroof.org. And you can also read about him and follow him on LinkedIn and on his social media pages. Thank you so much, Claudio, for the wonderful, introduction to the great work that you're doing. So definitely, with this kind of vision in helping humanity, this kind of leadership is something that we would all like to follow and support. Thank you so much, Claudio, for your time, and thank you for appearing on Inspirations and Aspirations New Worlds podcast. Thank you so much.